Hi everyone, in today's video I am going to be drafting the asymmetric neckline with collar. This is very easy to do and is not going to take up a lot of time. This is going to be a dress. I have already cut out the fabric I'll be using for the front part, and this is also where I'll be drafting the asymmetric neckline with collar. To cut the fabric for this, you're just going to measure your round bust measurement. Divide the measurements by 2 and add 2 inches sewing allowance. I already folded my front fabric into 2 here, and now I'm just going to measure my half length, which is 17 inches, and mark it. I am going to go to the edge of the fabric and measure 17 inches downwards and mark it as well. Now I am going to take my straight ruler and connect it together to form a straight line. Now I'm just going in with my tape rule and marking 4 inches across. This will be for my neckline. I'm marking it from the center of the fabric, and now I'm just going to mark 8 inches. This 8 inches is my shoulder measurement divided by 2. That is 16 inches divided by 2. That would give me 8 inches, but I'm going to add ½ inch sewing allowance to that. Now from where I marked 8½ inches, I am going to mark 1 inch downward, and this would be my shoulder slant. I'm just trying to make the line visible here. And from the center of the fabric, I'm going to mark 4 inches down. This would also be for my neckline. I'm going to take my ruler and rule across the 4 inches, and also rule a straight line on the 4 inches I marked earlier. So this is my neckline that I already squared out here. 4 inches horizontally and 4 inches vertically. Now I'm just connecting my shoulder slant to my neckline. From the shoulder slant, I'm just taking 8½ inches downwards and marking it. Now I'm just taking my ruler and ruling a straight line across. I am taking my tape measure, and on this line I'm just going to measure out my bust measurements divided by 4, which is 38 inches divided by 4. And that will give me 9.5 inches. I am just going to place 9.5 inches on that line. I am just ruling a straight line from my shoulder slant down to my bust line. I am taking my tape rule and taking 1.5 inches out from where I marked 9.5 inches bust measurement. And I am also taking 1.5 inches upwards from where the shoulder slant meets the bust line, and take my armhole curve and connect the 2 points. This is going to be my armhole measurement. I am just going to fold my fabric to the other side. I am taking my tape measure and I am marking 6 inches across from the center of the fabric. That is going to be for my neckline, and then I'm going to mark 8 inches, which is going to be my shoulder length. I am marking 1 inch downwards from the 8 inches. This will be my shoulder slant. Now I'm taking my ruler and connecting my neck to my shoulder. From the neck measurement, I'm just going to measure 6.5 inches downwards, and I am marking it. I am going to the center and measuring 6.5 inches downwards, and I'm marking this as well. This is just to make sure my line is straight. Now I am going to roll across. So this is going to be my neckline. Remember, we marked 4 inches on the other side, but this side we are marking 6 inches. From the shoulder slant, I'm just marking 8.5 inches downwards. And I'm rolling a straight line. I will be adding my bust measurement to this line. I am marking 9.5 inches, and I'm taking this 9.5 inches from the center of the fabric. Now I'm just going to roll a straight line to join the shoulder slant to the bust line. I am taking my 1.5 inches I took previously and 1.5 inches for my bust line, and I'm marking that. Now I'm just going to use my ruler to connect. So this is the armhole. Now we are just going to open this up to see what we have done so far. This is my neckline, the first neckline and the second neckline. This is the center. From the longer neckline, I'm just going to take 2 inches inwards and mark. I am just going to take my ruler and connect from that 2 inches to 6 inches, and then also from the 2 inches to the 4 inches on the other side. This is really easy as I already have my asymmetric neckline. This is it, just as simple as ABC. This is my armhole, my shoulder slant, my asymmetric neckline, my other shoulder slant, and my other armhole. I am just going to cut all this and also my half length. I am going to be adding ½ inch allowance to each of the shoulder before cutting it. I have cut my neckline out and I have added other measurements I am going to be needing, such as my dart measurement. Now I'll be measuring my neckline where my collar is going to be. The longer part of the neckline is about 10.5 inches, and the shorter part of my neckline is about 7 inches. I have cut this fabric that I'll be using for my collar, and I already ironed it. That is why it is looking wet. So what I'm going to do now in time is I am going to fold it on the wrong side. So this is the fabric I'll be using as my collar. I want it to be 3 inches folded. but I am going to add half an inch for sewing allowance, which is going to be 3.5 inches. So I'm just going to measure 3.5 inches out, and I am going to fold that and then cut the excess fabric out, just making sure everything is accurate. Now I'm going to cut the excess fabric out. Now I am just going to place the fabric on the neckline, on the longer part of the neckline. This is the easiest method in which you can add a collar. I am just placing this here and I'm going to pin it down. I'm adding sewing allowance of half an inch here. I am just going to pin this down carefully so as not to make the fabric fold too much and losing fabric when I am finally sewing. And now I'm just turning the fabric to the other side. Straightening it out, and I'm carefully just going to cut my fabric. Just going to turn this to the other side so you can see what the collar is going to look like. So this is what the collar is looking like presently, just pinned down. I am taking the leftover fabric to the other side. This is where I cut the fabric from. I'm just going to turn it to the opposite side and place it here. I'm going to put where the fabric meets upwards, because that is how it's going to be placed. And I'm just going to pin this down carefully as well before cutting it again. I have carefully pinned the other side down. I am turning it to the other side to cut it off. Now I'm just going to cut the excess off. Carefully turning the fabric to the other side. And this is what it is going to look like. I have added sewing allowance on each side of the fabric for the collar. What I am going to do now is cut the armhole and lining for the fabric, and also iron a stay in the collar and show you what everything looks like before I start sewing it. This is the fabric after I have cut out the armhole. Here's the lining. These are the collars, and as you can see, I already ironed a stay in them. I am going to place the longer part of my fabric here. I'll be taking it to my machine and sewing along here, and I'll be placing it at this point. With the shorter collar, I'll be taking it to my machine and sewing it here and placing it on this side of the fabric. I have sewn here and I've ironed it. This is what it looks like. I am just going to place it here. With the other collar, I have also sewn it and I've ironed it, and this is what it looks like. I am just going to place it here. Please make sure you are placing this on the right side of the fabric and not the wrong side. Then you are going to place your lining on the collar. I am just going to pin this down carefully before I take it to my machine and sew it around the neckline. I am going to be sewing it along here. I'll take this to my machine now and come back and show you the final result. This is the final result. I am just going to take it back to my machine and top stitch here along the lining so that it doesn't bulge out. The fabric doesn't bulge out like this. Now I have top stitched it, and this is the final result. I am just going to place this on my mannequin. Here is the final result. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching. I plan to share with you guys how I finished the dress in the next video.